Good morning. Happy Tuesday. What's going on out there? Jackie, report. Jackie did 5 contracts last week. We had a managers meeting yesterday and asked all the managers, what's going on in your marketplace? What do we talk about? Mass confusion everywhere.
Complete.
Some people are doing it crazy. Some people have got nothing going on. So that opens up my agenda. Oh, let's do Megan first. Miss Megan.
Good morning.
There she- Morning.
Good morning. All right, just a few things from us. Reminder to the agents, for India's agents. India is out this week. Today is her birthday, but she will be back on Tuesday. So if you guys need anything, reach out to myself or Victoria. And then I wanted to announce our May class. I keep wanting to say June. I'm skipping a month over here. Our May class is going to be a TikTok for realtors. So it's going to be hosted by one of our underwriters, Veronica Rhodes, and I'm really excited for this class. But we'll send out the flyer and invite today, and it is going to be on Zoom. So hopefully we'll see you guys all there.
Good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Have a great week.
All right. So on Mondays, I do a mindset class with Matthew Berry. And he talks to a lot of realtors right now. And he brought up these words. Awareness gives you flexibility. Flexibility gives you options, and options give you power. What are you paying attention to now? And are you willing to make the necessary changes to grow your business? And then he talked about the changes we need to make. What are the changes we need to make? We have to prospect more. And you got to roll with what happens. And what else do we have to do? Price really, really, really aggressively, right? Because we're going to go broke marketing these houses if we don't get them sold. And the longer I have them on the market, the harder it is to sell. That's that. Chris, you want to talk about mindset and motivation?
Yeah. So make sure I'm on here. I mean, we keep bringing this up, but this is really what it all comes down to. When you're in a market, we can bring back the same things we talked about in COVID. Jared James did a video and he talked about saying, stop saying the market is crazy. Stop saying the market is crazy. Stop saying the market is crazy, because whatever we're saying is what people are feeling from us. So the market isn't crazy. The market is complex. The market is competitive, and the market is challenging and complicated in a lot of ways. So it's not just crazy, it's complicated, it's complex, it's challenging. There's a lot going on inside of our market, but what's more important is what's going on inside your head. The first step that we have to approach everything with is mindset. There's agents out here that say there's nobody's selling, there's no homes that are selling. There's people that are saying there's no buyers that are buying. But every day we can pull up our hot sheets and we can see that there's people putting properties on the market. Most of our markets, or at least most of our offices, are up anywhere from 20 to 50% in the amount of listings that our offices are taking, just us as a brokerage. So that means that we're 20 to 50% better than we were same period last year, which gives us more opportunities to sell. So people are selling their homes. Our buyer controlled sides, most of our buyer controlled sides are up anywhere from 10 to 50% as well. So buyers are buying homes. So stop saying that people aren't selling, people aren't buying, the market sucks, the market's this, the market's that. The market is what you're going to make of it. I need you to cultivate a mindset that is going to give you the opportunity to create the business that you want, whatever that is. You have to understand that whatever business you have now is what you've chosen to create. And take 100% responsibility for the amount of deals that you have, the amount of buyers and sellers in your pipeline, and the amount of contracts that you're writing. It's not the market. It's not the buyers. It's not the sellers.
It's your actions.
It's us. It's what we bring to the table and the actions that we decide to take. So we go from mindset to your motivation. What's motivating you? Most of us don't have that forefront and center at the top of mind that this is what's motivating me. Most of us don't wake up with this burning desire to show up better than we did yesterday, because we know there's a greater purpose and a greater meaning for what we're doing today to provide for our families, our spouse, our kids, our creation, our bank accounts, our retirement, whatever that is. We don't have that strong drive and purpose. That motivation just isn't there. So we have to make sure we're cultivating that as well. Remember, just think about right now, I've not said one thing about what's going on around you. This is your mindset, your motivation, and it's not created by anybody but you. So if we can take some time throughout every day, whether it's in the morning or in the evenings, whether you're doing a pause and reflect at the end of the day or wake up with gratitude and create the day that you want before you even walk out the door, we need to take some time to control the mindset and the motivation. And then we determine the skills that we have. What avenue? Where are we going to focus? What are we going to do? Who are we going to talk to? We have to start cultivating skills that are going to give us the outcomes that we want. What are those skills? Do you have the people skills to be able to connect and communicate with the most amount of people? Or are you showing up being yourself every single day and only giving yourself an opportunity to communicate with 10 to 20% of the population that's out there because you want to be you every single day? Sometimes we have to decide that I want to connect with more people, which means I have to meet them where they are. I can't continue to just be me. I have to be a chameleon and meet them where they are. I have to be a different personality. I have to show up and figure out what their personality style is and show up and meet them where they are. So if we got our mindset, our motivation, we cultivate some skills. We know what to say, when to say, who to say it to, how to say it to them. And we cultivate those skills. And then we just decide we're going to take more action than we did yesterday. Why? Because what we want today and tomorrow is more than what we've had, right? Most of us want more than what we had. It's not about more money or more opportunities or more deals. It's just we want more. We want more love. We want more gratitude, more freedom, more flexibility, sometimes more income, sometimes more space, more opportunity. We want more. So if we want to have more, we have to do more. If you want more, you have to do more. If you want better, you have to be better. So we put all of this together, and then you allow someone to hold you accountable. We keep talking about this over and over and over again, but we really want you all to take this to heart and really take a consideration and say, maybe, just maybe, I can do better and be better. And maybe, just maybe, I have the ability to create what it is that I want. So maybe I can make a different decision today than I did yesterday, because that's where it all starts with. It starts with a decision. Make a decision. Decide that you're going to be better. Decide you're going to do more. Decide you're going to cultivate a mindset that's going to create everything that you wanted. Decide that you're going to cultivate that motivation and those dreams and those freedoms and all the feelings that you have that you know are there, and create the life that you want before you live it, and then show up with that kind of passion and energy and see what kind of action you take. Make a decision. I'm asking all of you just to make a different decision today than you did yesterday. If you're happy with everything you've got, and if you're happy with absolutely everything, I didn't say content, I said absolutely 100% happy with everything, then continue doing the same thing. But if you're just a little satisfied and you really want a little bit more and you know you deserve more, make a different decision today.
And what are two really important skills we need to work on, all of us? Your buyer presentation. There's so much confusion in the marketplace right now about, we talked about yesterday too, FF, GG, showing agreements. A lot of us are just pushing paper to a buyer, saying sign this, sign this, sign this, but we're not convincing them of the value. So if you play the video presentation, you play the Moxie presentation to every customer you have, you're going to win more. Sammy reported yesterday, most people are turning in 3% buyer broker agreements, but we're not getting 3% from the co-op side. So we're negotiating down sometimes. Do we have to do that? No. So that's a skill set we have to work on, negotiating.
And that all starts with communication. Identifying the skill of identifying who the person is across the table from you. What are they? Are they a DISC? Are they visual, auditory, kinesthetic? Do they use these words or those words? Do they talk more with their hands? Are they expressive? Are they reserved? If you identify what that person is, and then you decide that I'm going to harness that skill of communication and say that, yes, I want to be true to myself, but I also know I can do an amazing job for this consumer too. So I need to meet them where they are, and I need to become more like them. Communication, negotiation starts with communication. There's not a single commission check that has not started with a connection and communication with a person. And then from there, that's where everything gets determined. You determine how much business you're going to do with that person by the way that you show up to them. You either meet them where they are and you build a good, strong communication and good, strong relationship with them, or you show up the way that you want to show up, and then they ghost you, and you're just left wondering why. Why have they not called me back? Why won't they answer my calls? Because you showed up as your normal I personality and they were a C personality, and you didn't connect and communicate with them the way that they receive communication. You didn't show them that respect. So again, we want more, let's do a little more. We want better, let's be a little better with all of our connection and communication. That spurs on better negotiations. That spurs on better relationships and better deals for your buyers and sellers. Everybody walks away, shakes hands and says, this was the absolute most amazing transaction. I'm so glad that Kim with Century 21 Beggins was involved with it because they really made it that way. And then they refer you more business and more opportunities. Excuse me, more opportunities.
That's a perfect segue to established site surveys on the sales and topics. There's 3 of them I picked out. Just read them real quick.
Johanna Navarro. So Johanna is a very knowledgeable real estate agent. She works aggressively to sell your home. She is personable and outgoing. You can tell she enjoys selling real estate.
No reason. I just picked 3 random ones.
Next. Miss Robin Bennett. Robin was great. She helped us understand the market and offered her guidance and expertise through a very difficult situation. Her confidence and enthusiasm kept us on track for an eventual positive outcome. It was truly a pleasure working with Robin.
That's the reputation you guys have in the marketplace. One more.
Mr. Michael Moriarty, we were very concerned about selling my mother's house. It was in bad shape and we were from out of town. We needed to get the most we could from this property to help with the costs associated with her new living arrangement. When I saw that Michael had sold a similar property in the neighborhood, we decided to meet with him. He was a godsend. He knew the area, what we needed to do to make it more sellable, and potential buyers interested in that type and condition of this house. He was also available for questions and updates. The house was sold in a little over 3 weeks for the exact price he had originally estimated he could get for it. We were in a difficult situation selling this house for my mother, and he was understanding and helpful through the whole process. Thank you, Michael. We truly couldn't have done it without you.
That's your reputation in the marketplace. Let's hit those PowerPoint slides real quick. This is the brand you work with. 26 consecutive years in brand awareness, 4 seals of recognition, and 1 iconic brand. Century 21, the most respected in the industry. Right? What's a joke going around town right now? Compass. They raised another $1 billion. Never made a profit. They're just spending money like gypsies. Leader in brand awareness for 26 years running. That's who you're showing up at a listing presentation and a buyer presentation. Yeah. Most recognized name in real estate. That's pretty powerful when you're going to a listing presentation, because what are you seeing a lot of out there now? Independent offices opening up, and they got no brand name, they got no nothing. And then we're the leader of future consideration among consumers. That's a pretty strong one too. Future consideration.
What I had said earlier about these statistics, why I think these are even more valuable than like saying that we're #1 in this or #1 in that. What's that? There's a joke that goes around that every brokerage is #1.
Right.
Because everybody has a sign that says Remax #1, Carol Williams #1, Century 21 Beggins #1. #1 at what? We can all find a stat that says we're #1. We're #1 at sucking the most. We're #1 at the bottom. Like you can find a stat that says you're #1 at everything. What are most of these? Most of these are public opinion. Public opinion, most respected. The public respects us. That's an opinion. That's not, how do you measure that? You actually have to go to the consumers and ask, and they give you their opinionated feedback that I think that is the most respected in the industry. A leader in brand awareness. How do you decipher brand awareness? You go to the public and show which one do you recognize the most. An opinion. This is how the public views Century 21 over every other brand that's out there. Most recognized. They recognize Century 21 more than any other brand. Leader in future consideration. So after showing them all of those things and asking them all of those questions and getting all of those opinions, they ask them, who would you consider selling your home with most? Most future consideration among consumers is Century 21. They have the most future consideration that they would use us to buy or sell a property because we are the most respected, a leader in brand awareness, and one of the most recognized. And then our individual offices have the ability, independent franchisees, to say that we are #1 in the state of Florida. Our company is #1 in the state of Florida by more than double. The next closest company has half the GCI that we have. It's a pretty big stat. We stand out more than anybody else in these marketplaces. And because of all of these factors and our ability to show up with you as our business partners, we stand out more than anybody else.
So take credit for these things when you're talking to the public. How else could you do that? Put in your listing presentation, put in on your social media channels.
And guess what we've probably already done that you didn't have to?
Right.
Angelique already has these. They're inside of every presentation. Every time the new ones come out, they get updated. You don't have to do anything. We don't even have to snap a finger. She just does it. It just happens.
Yep.
So it's very, very cool.
Look at the slide real quick. 26, the same slides, but 98% client recommendation rating. That's amazing. Averaging 24 homes bought or sold every hour of every day. That's big. And for a global company.
Mhm.
These are the new brand claims that are available where? In the Marketing Hub. Where's that? Going on online?
Again, it's huge. When you look at what do most of the consumers want to do? There's a saying that says, if you have a great experience, you'll tell how many people? One. If you have a great experience, you'll tell one person about it. If you have a horrible experience, you're going to tell at least 10 people about it. Yeah, and then when you post it to social media, that's going to magnify. But when you have a great experience, very few, 1 to 3 people is how many people you tell. So for these statistics to come out about Century 21 and what the brand that you're associated with, when you have an amazing, great experience and you share 98% client recommendation rating, for us to be able to carry that is amazing. And then you see whenever people have a bad experience, all we hear about, everything is about the negative experience, the videos, everything goes viral is typically all negative. So to be able to stand out in this light, in the public opinion of the brokerage and company that we're represented with is an amazing opportunity. And we need to make sure we continue to leverage that.
Yeah. And those real satisfied surveys are super important. How do you get those? You got to ask, because people aren't going to volunteer it. What they'll do if you ask them to.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We can look at that one. Cool. Done with that. My slideshow. All right, let's move my inbox again. I'm still going to talk about the 5-step Zillow challenge. I think it's brilliant. It's a Tom Ferry concept, and you all have people that you know that live in houses, right? They're always concerned about what their house is worth, right? Some people don't know, some people do know, but if you went to Zillow, found their address, screenshotted it, texted them a picture, said, hey, Zillow says your house is worth X. How do you feel about that? Question mark. Done. 5 times a day. How long does that take, Kelly? 10 minutes max. And if you did 5 a day, what might happen? Oh, Kelly, I'm so glad you called. My daughter wants to buy a house. Oh, Kelly, I'm so glad you called. We're getting a divorce and we need to sell our house. Oh, Kelly, I'm so glad you called. Right? Because and you're showing up with those brand awareness stats. It's amazing. We just have to demonstrate our power.
Well, that's part of the action. Mindset, skills, action, accountability. Action. Take action. A lot of us don't want to bother our sphere. They feel like you're bothering them. A lot of us don't want to knock on doors, make phone calls, don't want to do the follow up because you don't feel you've earned the right to. So this is a simple opportunity. If the people you know that own a home, just shoot them a quick little message. Hey, just curious. Send them a screenshot. I just saw Zillow said your home is worth $550,000. I've got my own opinions on that, and I was curious to hear what yours were. Just see what they say.
It starts a conversation.
All we need is more conversations. Remember, there's not a single closing commission check that didn't start with a connection and a conversation. Everything is about conversations. How many conversations are you having on a daily basis? And I would, if you all don't mind, while we continue to chat, just for a minute, put into the chat, all of you, if you could, just type in how many conversations are you having on a daily basis? Be honest, please. Just be honest. And then think to yourself, is that enough to generate and create the business that you want? And if it's not, which one are we missing? Mindset, skills, action, accountability. Which one do you want to work on? Reach out to your manager, reach out to us, and let's work on that to get you having more conversations. So go ahead, just chat in while we continue to talk how many conversations you're having on a daily basis. I promise we won't call it out. We won't bring it up. We won't mention it. But just for you, for your own accountability, type in how many conversations you're having on a daily basis. And then think to yourself, is that enough?
And if that idea takes like 10 minutes a day, there's nothing holding me back from doing 5. Right? That's the accountability part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my inbox real quick. Okay, so Kathleen and the demand letter. Why do we have a demand letter? Because sometimes buyers are signing a contract with you and then not fulfilling their obligation. So we're probably not going to sue them, but we can send them a demand letter. Let them know, and maybe we can screw up their deal and put it back in business with us. Jimmy, you want to talk about tip of the week? Roll down first, YouTube.
Well, the tip of the week, we talked about it last week that it was coming out, but this is your new e-blast available in monthly newsletter. So it's available in a PDF form if you want to go knock on doors. Actually, if you're doing open houses this weekend, why not actually print out an open house flyer and maybe print out this newsletter and hand it around to a 5-5-10 or something like that. Also has
That's a 5-minute video on how to do it too.
5-minute video. So how you can send it out to your entire database. So if you have your people uploaded in your CRM, there's also a Word document format for those of you that like to take it and maybe tweak it and kind of make it your own. And then there's also pictures of it. So you can put it on social media, put it in a different type of e-blast, whatever you like. But we've kind of hit every single thing except for a video format for right now. But I would get that out 22nd. So you have about another week left until May. So you probably don't want to send this out in May because it says April on it. I'm just saying.
I sent this out. We'll forward this out to the entire team today. Elevate 21, which is Florida's convention for the Southeast for Florida. It's more of an independent type putting on of a show. So some brokers in Florida, Century 21 stopped doing it from the corporate level. So some brokers in Florida decided they wanted to take that responsibility on and say, I think it's a great opportunity to bring, because we have one of the largest markets in all of Century 21 in a small confined area. So we're doing this Elevate 21. It's in July, right?
20th to the 23rd.
Yep, July 20th through the 23rd. And if you are a master's level or above, we will take care of your pass to go to the event. You still need to buy the pass, and then you can send us the receipt for it, and we'll reimburse you if you're master's level or above for your award winner.
$499.
It's an awesome event. It's a great time it gives you a little bit of an opportunity to get away, get to a resort, spend time with your colleagues here, but then also meet people in the rest of the state of Florida, discuss referrals, see what other people are doing, listen to industry leaders in Florida, teach you, tell you about what they're doing, listen to brokers, listen to agents. Jimmy, what you got, brother?
So for this is for any agent, right? Any agent, does not have to be a top agent
100%.
to be able to go. So for those of you that missed the top agent event, you have the capability of coming, and this is for anyone. This is probably one of my favorite events just because
It's
anyone
easy to
can
get to,
go.
and it's less expensive.
Right. And I will tell you, we will have a contest this year. Probably in the next couple weeks, I'll have it set up where we're going to probably give away some passes depending on how you're showing up and what you're doing. So please stay tuned to that. Last year, we gave out like 5 passes, and one grand prize was like hotel stay and pass and the passes and stuff. So keep a lookout for that. I'll explain a little bit more as we get a little bit closer.
Yeah, I think the pass is about $4.99 to go to the event, and then you've got to take care of your own hotel stay. Yeah,
Or
so
you can drive back and forth. There's only Orlando.
I did that one year. The very first year that I was in the business, we carpooled. I grabbed somebody and we carpooled over 2 of the days and just spent time at the general sessions and everything. It's a great event. It's a great opportunity to get. If you're looking to kind of up your skills, go there. If you're looking to up your mindset, get around other people doing more. Go there. You're looking to up your accountability, go there. Looking to take more action, go there.
You want to feel like you're part of something bigger? Go there. That's what everybody came back from Disney World, Disneyland said. We felt like we're part of something bigger. And they were. Mike Meadler's going to be there. The corporate staff's going to be there. Marketing people are going to be there. So it's not a non-corporate event. They're going to be there. We just have to put it ourselves. This one. Talk about upping your game. Elevate your luxury game with Century 21 Fine Homes and Estates ambassadors.
So a couple cool things on this, Craig, is, well, one, I've loved what Century 21 has done with their marketing these past year and a half, with what they're doing with the Joy of Home. And one of the things they've been, to me, slacking on was the Fine Homes and Estates and the training you can actually get around it. So one, just so you know, there is a new Fine Homes and Estates presentation available in Moxie Present that kind of sets it apart from a standard presentation. It's not a broker presentation. It's from Century 21. So you're probably going to want to tweak it a little bit, but they have come out with this fantastic new luxury kind of program, ambassadors. So they're literally agents that are phenomenal at doing luxury real estate for so many. I mean, they were some of the top agents, top agents of Century 21 that are actually putting on these classes for you. Now, it does cost money to actually do this, but to me, if you actually click there, we'll send this out too,
Yep.
so you can take a look at it. But it actually, for what you get, it's not just a class. I mean, yes, there's a certification in there, but there's extra marketing that's available in there. Just some really nice information they've done on a luxury side, and for fine homes and estates, pretty much in our area, anything over about $900 to $1 million is considered fine homes and estates. So we have that designation. You have that capability of using it. And if you're in that market, why not get this marketing designation? Spend the money for it, because I mean, honestly, it's just another way to show up.
And it's a
and be
virtual
better
class,
for
you
the-
don't travel
yeah.
anywhere.
So it's pretty fantastic. I talked to the trainers. I talked to Century 21 at the top agent event. It's just really cool to see Century 21 kind of pushing these things out to allow us to show up better and compete better.
Looks like it's a 2-day event from 12 to 4 p.m. for each day, and it's $495 for the course, and you get your certified luxury home marketing specialist designation.
There's some other marketing stuff that you actually get with it too. So just take a look at it and you'll see there's some things that you actually get some reporting and some things around the luxury side too, things that you wouldn't normally get without spending probably a ton of time trying to dig into it.
Yep.
So if that's something you're interested in, take a look. I mean, one of the great things with our business model is you get the capability of making however much you want, and you can farm a $200,000. Well, there's no $200,000 market. Let's try. You can do a $350,000 market, or you can farm $1 million. It does not matter. And it gives you some of that designation for those of you that are a little nervous about getting in the higher price points. This could be for you.
Gives you the confidence you need, right? And you have the support to get it. That's all I got about this. Zillow Showcase, you want to talk about that again? Because a lot of people are
Again.
still ordering it, but they're not.
It's bad. Some weeks have been much better. But yes, thank you for those that are going through the process for it. There are some new things that are going to be happening. If you go and order your own, if you think that you're doing a Zillow Showcase and you went and did it yourself, which you're not supposed to, it will not work if you do it yourself. Now there's going to be an option that you can try to order it, and it's going to pop up and say that you can't. You need to talk to your administrator. So just pay attention to that. Pay attention to your emails if you are doing a showcase. One of the benefits right now is not that it just shows up better, but Chris showed it last week on Zillow. Right now, they have an offer option where buyers can see what Zillow recommends for a competitive offer, which has been low on every single property they've been in there. But if you have a showcase, it does not show up on there. So it just allows you to show up a little bit better and put your best foot forward. And to me, that could possibly mean a higher offer, and it's not getting in the buyer's brains.
And we have agents winning their listing presentations because they talk about this. Because people don't like Zillow recommending an offer price.
Oh, they hate it.
Yeah, especially when we represent a seller, and one of the sites that our IDX feed goes to is Zillow, and Zillow is telling their buyer for an offer strategy of a competitive offer. The very first day on market, your seller goes there, looks down, and it says offer strategy, competitive offer. I want to choose a competitive offer, and it's 5% below what the list price is, and it just hit the market. Because most of our markets right now, we're 95 to 98% list price sale price ratio, whatever the list price was and what the resulting sale price is. And all it's doing is saying, hey, to be competitive, if you offer 95 to 97% of what the list price was, you should be able to get this property under contract. And our sellers are seeing that. And we have no control over that. Or do we? Because if you put a showcase on it and you spend a little more money to market it and showcase it, that goes away. And it doesn't have the offer strategy anymore. So that's an option. And those are things that when you're in your listing presentation, I would be sitting down doing that. Oh, you want to go with John Smith from XYZ Realty? Let me show you what his marketing is going to do. This is what his marketing is going to do on Zillow. His marketing is going to tell a buyer that they should offer 3 to 5%, 3 to 7% below to be competitive whenever your property goes on the market. Not mine. Let me show you what mine's going to do. Look how we did this. Make sure that people contact me. And if they contact me to make an offer, what do you think I'm going to tell them? You think I'm going to tell them to offer 5 to 7% less? No, I'm going to sit down and strategize with them to make sure you get a sale and they get the property and everybody walks away happy. We removed the offer strategy from Zillow. Isn't that something that's worth a little bit more than just the, will you do it for 2%? You can earn a higher commission whenever you do those things because now our marketing strategies are different than everybody else's. And
I'll do it for 2%. I'll
Yeah.
do it for 2%, and then it's 5% under. So there you go. Or just pay me 3, and then I get you another 5. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. The last thing on Zillow Showcase, though, you cannot order it yourself. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. If you go in thinking that you have ordered a token and nobody has done it for you, this is either going to be Sam, Chris, or myself. You do not have a showcase. So, and there's really not that many right now. So you guys should be good, like
Good.
as of right now.
We're done.
wrap it up real quick. Here's your goals for this next year, 2025, $140,000 and above gets you masters. What that does, that gets you an invite to the top agent event next year with Century 21 if you're able to hit the masters level or above. They did also this past year invite Quality Service Pinnacle. We're not sure if they'll do that next year, so make sure you hit your goals. $140,000 or up gets you an invite. If you get that, that gets us. We will purchase your registration pass for the top agent event as well, and for events like the Florida 21, the Elevate 21. So
Cool.
happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Have a great day.